Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Good morning! Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm in my car, clearly, actually the minivan, which I would highly recommend all moms having. I think it's the most amazing car in the world. All right, I'm sitting in the van. We're going to do some serving. The girls are all in the van with me. You don't even know because they're so quiet. But good morning. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. Hey, on this page, there are lots of things that are shared to help you on your journey. And one thing I like to talk about is mindset. So today is going to be a productively busy day. And as I am waiting in the car with all of my girls, say hi, say good morning, girls.
Good morning.
They're waiting for Grandpa. They are going to go serve in our town. We have a cool little event going on. They're going to go serve some elderly some meals. So that's what we're doing this morning. But in general, here on the KetoMOM page, I want you to know that number one, you can always ask questions. Number two, there's no limit to the amount of recipes and things you can make. The number one thing I do believe is your mindset, working on your mindset, and truly believing that you can do it. So I labeled this live a quote from my dad. And then I want to talk about this book, which I don't have a new book that we're necessarily going through together. I have a book that I'm personally reading. This book that I'm doing has a lot to do with business and leadership. It has a lot to do with leading teams, but there's little things woven into the book that I feel like I can share here on the KetoMOM page. So if you want to get the book, get the book. I don't have a new book that we're going through yet, but I'm going to pick a new book here very soon. If you're brand new, post new below. And I like to give you something to think about as you're going throughout your day. So today's topic is, hold on, I'm going to go back. The quote from my dad. Well, here's the title of this chapter that I wanted to read to you. It's, who do you want to be when you grow up? Who do you want to be when you grow up? And you might go, Stephanie, I've already grown up, and I'm going to tell you a couple different stories. Number one, the quote from my dad is simply this. If you're not dead, you're not done. My dad says it often. If you're not dead, you're not done. And I'll tell you, I was just at an event where we got to not only learn about ketones, we learned about personal growth. We were growing as a team in leadership, in mindset, in breaking through barriers. Is Grandpa here?
Yes.
You can get out. You get out, and I'll tell him I'll be there in just a little bit. I'll be out in a couple minutes. So my dad is so great. My dad is so great. So the quote is, if you're not dead, you're not done. I just wanted to make sure they were with him. I'll be out in a minute. If you're not dead, you're not done. Now, at this event, we were learning, breaking through barriers, breaking boards. Look at, can you see them? Oh, they're so great. So we were sitting, and I shared this on my stories yesterday, but at the event, at the very end of the event, there was a 74-year-old lady that stood up, and she came there for personal growth. She came because she wants to inspire other people. She came because her life has been changed. I don't want you guys to be distracted by the kids in the background, but she has had her life changed from ketones. And then she found out there was a community behind the ketones, and she wants to grow to be the best version of herself. And she wants to inspire other people, and she's 74. And we all stood up and cheered for her because she knows the concept of, if you're not dead, you're not done. And she knows the concept of she has more to give. And it was so cool to sit and listen to her. And this chapter is going to talk about, what do you want to do, or what do you want to be when you grow up? And I want you to start thinking about, it doesn't matter where you're at in life today, there is still more in you. You still have growth inside of you, and you can transform your life no matter the age. You're not too young and you're not too old. You have more to give. And so the story in this chapter that he talks about is, he says this. He goes, I love and I'm very fascinated by the Japanese carp. It's called a koi. Have you guys ever heard of the koi fish? I think it's koi. Is that how you say it? He goes this. If you put a koi fish in a small fish bowl, it will only grow to be about 2 or 3 inches long because it's in a small fish bowl. He says, in a larger tank or a smaller pond, it will reach to be about 6 to 10 inches long, this koi fish. A bigger pond, it gets to be about 1 foot long. But if you put a koi fish into a large lake where it can really truly stretch out, it will grow to be 3 feet long. You guys, those koi fish, do you know what I'm talking about? I didn't realize if you put it into a different environment where it allows itself to grow, it can get to be 3 feet. That's like a small shark. A koi fish. I wonder if they nibble at your toes. He goes this. The size of the fish is proportional to the size of its home. He goes, it works the same way with people. It works the same way with you. We grow according to the size of our world. Not physically, of course, but mentally. And you too can be a mental giant. And that is what I want to help you understand. Is like, oftentimes we get so fixated on our life and like where we're at today and feel like that's the only place we're going to go. But do you want to know what's going to help you grow even further? It's going to help take you to different places. Like what's going to legitimately grow your world and your life? Maybe you're just here and you're like, I just want to lose 20 pounds. That's great. Like, let's lose the 20 pounds. But what I want you to know is there's so much more inside of you that sometimes we get so fixated on this world and what we're dealing with that we can see things worse than they are. Don't see something worse than it is. You have greatness inside of you. You have more to give. You have people that you inspire, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. The first person, maybe you're like, I'm not a leader. Yes, you are. The first person that you get to lead is yourself. And as you lead yourself, you have no idea the ripple effect that you'll make and the people that you will lead in your life because you're leading yourself. It's a part of it. And realizing that you do have greatness inside of you and you can grow, but it's going to depend on the environment that you put yourself into and you allowing your mindset to grow. Does this make sense? And so he says this, the beautiful part is that you can grow as much as you want. Your mind has plenty of room to grow and hold information. Did you know that you only use about 10% of your brain? So he says, don't feel like, maybe you've reached a certain age or maybe you don't feel like you're in the right environments that you can't grow your mindset. He goes, waiting for somebody to teach you a lesson is a poor way to get education. He says, you have to make the effort to learn and to grow so that you're a worthy employee or a boss, coworker, friend, or family member. Your potential is unlimited. And that's what I want you to know for today. Your potential is unlimited. And don't get frustrated where you're at because all you're looking at is, I just want to get skinny. I just want to lose the weight. That's great. And I want you to know that you have greatness inside of you. Your potential is unlimited. And as you lead yourself and go after that fat loss, I want you to start thinking about what other things that you can do, places you can grow, understanding that mindset is so important and that the world is a place that you can affect, not just learn from other people, but people need you to start sharing your life. Take people on the journey with you. This incredible 74-year-old lady didn't let her age stop her. She's like, I'm just learning. I'm just growing. I'm going to take people with me. I want to inspire other people. She's like, I feel so great. I want to help other people do the same. Don't see something worse than it is. If you're sitting in your environment in your life right now and you're like, but you don't know. You don't know. At this event, we watched people break through incredible barriers or challenges or unbeliefs. We watched people break through boards of the things that were running in their mind that they believed was holding them back. And it was so interesting because it was a metaphor of just breaking through and not letting life circumstances hold you down, right? So the event, our community, yes, I drink ketones, the community that I'm a part of, like, we help people go to a different place in different spaces in their life because we start with their mindset, and we help them realize that there's no limits except for your own mindset. You're limiting yourself. And oftentimes we can sit in this space and you can go, but wait, you don't know, Stephanie. You don't know my past. You don't know the words that people have said to me. We listened to somebody, his name was Joseph McClendon III, and he speaks with Tony Robbins. He preaches to people and teaches, coaches people all over the world. And he says this, I get it. He was on stage and we were breaking through barriers, breaking through beliefs. He was coaching people on how to shift their mindset when they get in this ugly space. And he goes, we all have a story. We all have things that are past. We all have it. And eventually you just have to go, I'm either going to live in the past, I'm not going to move forward. So you're going to stay stuck where you're at for the rest of your life if all you're doing is looking backwards. He's like, I know some of you have been super hurt. I know some of you have been through the most terrible things that you should have never have gone through. But there comes a point in time where you have to draw a line in the sand and you go, I'm done living in the past. I'm done. And the only way that you're going to move forward and hit those goals and do the things that you want in life is when you stop looking at the past, stop focusing on it, and focus on the forward motion. What needs to be done next? Stop it. Like, people would stand up and they would share their story, and he was like, you have to stop it. You have to stop. No more victim mentality. No more blaming, shaming, and justifying the past. There's forward. If you want to achieve some goals, feel better, lose the weight. If you want to be that best version of you, you've got to focus on where you're going every day. That starts with your mindset. It starts with your beliefs. I would say, send me a message. I would love to help. If you need help moving past something, like, we're not going to wallow in your sorrows, but we're going to focus and move forward. So, and a part of that is being the koi fish and putting yourself in different environments and places that you can grow. And that just might mean listening to podcasts, reading books, realizing that your mind needs to grow and see the positive and not the negative. And that starts with reading books. So I am going to pick a new book that we can go through together. But I have done so many books in the past. You can go to KetoMomSecrets.com, click on book club, and you can actually go through all of the old lives and the different things that I've done and go through those books together. You can tune into the page. You can ask questions below. I would love to reach out and get to know you. You can send me a message, but know this. You have greatness inside of you. You were made to do great things. Yes, you inspire other people. And you might be like, Stephanie, you don't know me. I know. Let's be the leader that you're called to be. Lead yourself first and other people eventually will follow. You lead yourself first. All right. I am not sick. We live in Minnesota, and so there's fires in Canada. And so the whole air quality thing is actually a real thing. And so our town in Minnesota has smoke coming from Canada. I am affected by smoke. We have an incredibly beautiful fireplace in our home, and we actually can't rent it anymore because this is what happens to me. So I didn't realize that the haze was so bad. And so I went to bed last night and I was like, oh my goodness, I actually think the air quality is affecting me. Isn't that crazy? I'm affected by smoke. I don't like it, but it's fine. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thanks for adding. If there's anything that you want to share, if you're like, hey, Steph, here's my favorite quote. Hey, Steph, here's something that's really helped me on my mindset. If you have a favorite quote, if you have a favorite podcast, if you have a favorite book, if you have something that's taken your mindset from here to here, share it below. I want to learn from you. Other people can scroll through the comments and they can learn from you. This might be your next step in sharing with other people. What is something that has changed your life to help renew your mind, to change your mindset, to help you? What is it? I'd love for you to share it. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go help my children serve some food and it's going to be a great day. It's not going to be a great day if you just let life happen. It's going to be a great day because you choose to make it a great day, which means when things happen that are out of your control, right? Other people's decisions and other people's things does not have to control the way that you handle your emotions, and you become adaptable. You can have a great day because you choose for it to be, which means you choose to be joyful. You choose to control your emotions, and you're going to come out of today because you walked through it with you making the best decisions possible, regardless of what other people are doing. So, all right. Thanks for sharing. I just saw somebody shared the podcast by Craig Groeschel. Hands down, unbelievable podcast, unbelievable pastor. Go to life.church. Watch the sermons. That's a whole nother, I'm not going to go down that route right now. The best book that I've ever read besides the Bible is the book called The Power to Change. Maybe we should just go through that book again. I read that book and I was like, I don't think I have to go through another book. The Power to Change. Craig Groeschel. Go do the book. Go read the book. So good morning. Good morning. All right. I'm going to go. We'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day.